Happy Monday, everyone. Hope everybody enjoyed their weekend. We had a little bit of a frustration on Saturday. Actually, it's Saturday afternoon right now. We're filming this. You guys are going to see it on Monday morning, but the LTS didn't go quite like we had hoped. We really had some issues with Facebook Live. So if you guys may be seeing the broadcast of the LTS on YouTube, you may be seeing it before this or after this. I'm not sure. Maybe a little bit after. I don't know. But we got it. We got a good film of it. So we got an hour of film from the LTS. We just weren't able to do the live thing. But then afterwards, as you guys know, by the time you're seeing this, we did a little broadcast with YouTube Live. And we got, we're not sure on that yet. It looked like it might have been pixelated, but it was only a couple minutes long. Anyway, let us know what you guys think. We're still kind of trying to play around. We've got really connection issues out here with live broadcasts. But anyway, so we are ready to move forward with this project. So last you saw, I had carved one stripe. So now I have finished up all the stripes and all the stars. So today we are going to color this thing, sand it off, and see what it looks like. And then we're going to move on to the next step after that. So this again is select pine. And I am going to, I want my field to be blue, my stripes to be red. So what I want to do is I'm going to mask this thing off. And hopefully not get any blue in the red and red in the blue. And being as this pine tends to have a situation where it bleeds a little bit, I'm going to mask off as much as I can within reason. And just to try and, even though this does have some sanding sealer on it, it doesn't have a bunch because I sanded a little bit, but I do want to just minimize the chance of bleeding on this as much as I can. So I'm going to mask it off pretty good. So let me mask the rest of this off and we'll be right back. All right, so I've got this masked off to where now I can spray it. One thing that I do want to absolutely emphasize is make sure that you, anytime you've got a background, especially the textured background like this, make sure you've got it brushed out really good. I've brushed that probably a dozen times. So, I am using the Marsh ink, and I know Vicky's not going to like that, like the smell, but I'll try and keep it to a minimum. Again, you don't have to spray real heavy. That is it. Now I'll look at it from kind of down below. That's it. That's all we need. So,
you want to turn it upside down and do it?
You want me to turn it upside down? I don't think I missed. Well, I can hit that at the bottom ridge there just a little bit. I was trying to not choke you out. I try not to do that every day.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Nice guy.
All right. So we're going to let that dry and we're going to come back. We're going to mask that off after it's dried and then spray the red in the stripes. Okay, now we're getting ready to spray the stripes. We've got the Marsh red ink. Now, I did get quite a few comments and emails in regards to why didn't I just use the straight bit to cut these whole stripes? And I certainly could have. I could have used got a real narrow straight bit to cut these, but I like a little bit of angle when it gets to the top of the stripe. I like the angle that the profile bit allows me, because it makes it a little bit easier to get in there with the spray, and I just like that little bit of an angle on there. Now we definitely have to turn it over. Ooh, that pops out loose. So on the stripes. Again, nice, even, short spurts, rather than really pouring it on. You don't want to get any bleeding on this pine, and sometimes it'll do that. All right, we're going to let that dry. We'll be right back. All right, guys, let's sand this thing off. I've got my first sand, which is going to be my, I think it's a 50 grit on here. Let's get this stuff off of here. Okay, so you guys, I don't know if you could tell, but when you're doing something like that, you've got to have a really light touch on that sander. Don't try and force it, because inevitably it'll tip on you and it'll take out one of your stars. So that's what you want to try to avoid when you're using belt sander. I know many of you guys are using the random orbital, and hey, you got to use what you're comfortable with and what works for you. I kind of grew up with belt sander, so I'm pretty adept at using it and being careful with it. I hope that isn't a jinx and I just wipe out one of my stars with this. Anyway, so that was a 40 grit. This is a 175 grit. Let's finish it up. All right, let's blow that off and see what it looks like. Let's see. Plug it in. Not too bad. So you can see we've got a few little high spots in here. So what I'll do is I'll take my blue ink, and I could use just a marker, but I don't think I will. I think I'll just take my blue ink, spray it into a cup, and then just use a little toothpick or a paintbrush and just touch up those little high spots. So that is it for that. Now you notice how I left this little thing in here. This was something that I tried for the first time. And anytime you've got two inset deals coming together, this is what I decided to try and see how it works. I got to kind of tip it back down a little bit so I can have some control here. So what I've decided to do is actually just color those, and that brings the red and the blue right together. I think that looks pretty decent. I can live with that. So unless you really look super close, that just saves you, the reason I did that, it just saves you having to really be right on the money and make sure the masking tape is all down when you bring two inset things together like that. So that was kind of my little tip on how to bring two colors matching in together like that. So in contrast, here's that other flag that I did. So I did this one with flat. Now this has got a couple coats of gloss on it, so that's the difference in the color as well. But trying to figure out, the stars basically done exactly the same, but then this was done all with the 60 degree in the grooves, in the stripes. And to be honest, I like this better. But the flat bottom is good too. Some people like that clean look. I like a texture down in there, but that's, you know, you have to just decide which you like better. But that's what it looks like with the 60 degree going all horizontal with the stripes. Anyway, guys, that is it for this one. So Wednesday, we are going to move on to the finishing process. And then Friday, we're going to do something really special on the edge. Something I haven't done before. So hope this was helpful, guys. Again, sorry about the mess up on the LTS. Don't forget, we are going to be doing a meetup next month, which is coming up like 3 weeks away now, in Atlanta at the Marquis, the Marriott Marquis in Atlanta, Georgia, 2 o'clock on the 25th, right there in the hotel. We don't know exactly where it's going to be, but if you guys are in and around the Atlanta area at that time, we would absolutely love to meet up with you. So, keep watching. We'll be talking about it more, but it's on the 25th, 2 o'clock in the afternoon in Atlanta, Georgia, the Marriott Marquis. I think it's on Peachtree Drive or something like that but you can look that up. But we're really looking forward to it. Vicki and I, Dad won't be there, but Vicki and I will be there, and we're going to be attending a Workbench Con conference down there. So we're really looking forward to that and meeting a lot of other YouTubers and makers, and hopefully meet a lot of you guys. So anyway, guys, that is it for today. So Wednesday we'll be putting a finish on this thing and see how it comes out. Talk to you then, guys. Have a great one. Bye-bye.